Hello YouTube, Infinite Match Rate Community, Gandalf here. We're now officially day 71 on the 108 account, which makes us into week 11. And we have 150 vouchers left to spend. You can see that right now I am very, very close to getting my third copy of Murong Jing, which I definitely think I will be getting. And I am saving up, so on this one, if you are spending, the cheapest way is actually to do the $1 then the $99 and buy this for 6 days in a row. You can actually save $5 here if you're just simply patient. The remaining amount will be just enough for me to get both another copy of Eratos and Murong to E3. And that really breaks me into, have I gotten past the mid game phase into a mid to late game phase? This regression event that we have on right now, this free regression, I still have 2 left. I used up 8 of them and I made tremendous progress in my faction abyss. You can see I jumped all the way from 400 or so up to 600 mark. I got my Agatha E1 today, and basically I just run around knocking out everything to around level 15. So you can see Doom Legion up to 15. Here Nordak was the one that was carrying it. And then I did Eternal Sect with Agatha. As soon as I got Agatha, I got past 15 easily. I used Agatha to do that. Nameless Brotherhood was the weakest one because I simply didn't have any DPS hero that's decent in here. So, and of course, Forester was something I was working on here. I can definitely push a lot further. I have opportunity to push here as well as Nameless. Sega City became a complete joke with the introduction of Murong. This team now just completely skips it with ease at E2. No longer a speed requirement. So if you can probably do this without Moshi. Like there's no real setup here. Like just Murong just does so much damage reduction. Like the 3 of them will be able to clear. On the other account, this is probably the most power creep I've seen. You can literally clear all of this with just a single Murong E3. I'm gonna hop over to the other account and just very quickly show you that that absurdity of power creep here. Gonna go over to the other account, and I was doing this earlier. It took a couple of tries, but a clear is a clear, right? So on this account, you can see I have Murong E3, and I'll show the gear as well here. No pet, just Murong E3, and we just skip, and we beat it. That's it. Yes, he has some breakthroughs, but this is kind of his stats, right? He doesn't even have. He's just using a. He's not even using his own echo yet. I'm just using a bloody ice armor one just for extra defense. But you can see 60k defense. Yes, it's a little bit on the high side. I'm using devouring set. I am using versatility aura, which will help a lot in his damage. But his mastery. I mean, he will get a lot of passive mastery. So that's, from aura perspective, versatility aura is what I'm using. So, and it's not a very high level aura either. So there you go. There you have it. Crazy hero, most amount of power creep I've seen. A single hero clearing Abyss. Of course, he's going to be able to solo Tower Mark as well. We're just having him solo it. So there's still opportunity to get such a broken hero, solo easy. So just taking care of that by himself. But back to the 108 account. I mean, we don't have to go to that level of extremity. I mean, the stats won't be there on our brand new account. But it just kind of shows the amount of power creep we see here. Now, maybe this is a good opportunity to just kind of high level give you a quick overview in terms of, what you can really use early game that's reliable. Hazanja and Wim is probably what everyone has for this one. Over to Sunset Sage. Sunset Sage has quite a few different options. For me, most of it come from just Adeline. There are quite a few other options. Well, maybe it's better to go into a gallery for that, but I'll just show you what I did, right? So here, I happen to have gotten a copy of Chelsea. If you have a Meloche, is a really easy to get hero. So Meloche plus Liz will probably get you 15 stages as well. And what you can do is always just after you level them up, you regress them and you can put the best gear you have on them, right? In the Forgotten one, a lot of people probably have Atkins. Allcaster was a huge help. Allcaster by himself, E1, can probably do 15 to 18 to 19 stages on his own at exclusive one. And you can use the conversion stone afterwards to move it after you clear it. Nameless Brotherhood is actually the hardest one, I find. If you happen to have a Henge, that makes it super easy. I was actually using a Fringe to DPS my way through. We can look at some other heroes afterwards. Hidden Wave, without a doubt, you can expect Mackin in there. Mackin by himself clears anywhere between 15 to 17 stages on his own. You're throwing Eratos, well, that's probably too expensive an option, but like Mackin with some sort of support, right? Mackin with this, Mac with Marvel, Markin with Theth. There's so many different options. We'll go through the different epic options so you can keep an eye on what to save. Sword Harbour, everybody's going to have Catherine, right? Everybody's going to have Catherine. So Catherine plus a DPS. I use Barry for mine. You can, in theory, use, you can use Luz. You can use Sigmund. Sigmund, I think we got a free one. So where's Sigmund? I don't have a copy of Sigmund for whatever reason on this account. I wonder why. But Sigmund was a free hero that we could have gotten a while ago. Right, Foresters. A lot of people. Emmer Candle was a really good hero. Veronica, you see it in boxes all the time. So just any of these two DPS plus, he's a really good shielder. So you can just level one up to 150 and then regress it afterwards if you want to get some Forester stages. I'm just simply out of tickets. Holy Parliament. Everybody has a Nordak. So for this one, I actually used one of the epics to do it. You just need some solid DPS. Ileana is also a good choice. I would stay away from Asmond just simply because he keeps losing his own health. Very hard to use at early game. Very hard to use. Eternal, I said, basically you want to push this one after you get Agatha. It's kind of the best choice. I paired it up. Here you have multiple options. Space is your main support. We all have Anna. Space plus Anna can do quite a bit. If you happen to have a Lydia, that's even better. But Space and Anna is the key ones. Everyone has access to them. And finally, Sega City is like the most broken, easiest thing. You can probably push to stage 30 with the Emu Indra if you... Well, the Emu Indra is going to get you to 25 easily. Pushing beyond that a little bit takes a little bit more building. But getting to E1 Agatha used to be such a challenge for us. Now, like if you're whaling, you can even go up to Agatha E2, very beginning of the game where you regress your way through and stage 20 everything, and that's already 720 points, and you just push a little bit further, right? For Agatha E2, that's for E2, and E1, it's very manageable. Averages out around 45, and you just need 60 points more, so you can spread some maybe in Dragon Tribe, some in Sega City, and you're pretty much done. So there you have it. This is where the count is at. When you get to this point, how do you know you're kind of now into the mid to late game? At this point, first of all, that means you finish exactly 205 Faction Abyss, and you are now into the advanced category. And I feel like when you can actually make it to this page, you will probably, the hardest one you will probably have stuck on is maybe, okay, I just need to do one more for boss there, then I'm done. Tower Mark, I think I'm done. Yes, I've done all of it. In terms of dungeons, I just need to clear 3 more dungeons and I will be done. If I just clear Guild Boss a couple more times, then I'm done. Faction Abyss is the one you're probably going to have the most struggle with. I think you need 270 to complete this. But when we finish this, I can officially say you are probably now into the late game. End game a bit. Late end game-ish. Right now we're we're past the mid game. We're into mid to late in this stage of the count. You should have, a versatile advanced arena setup. Your 5-man team should be really coming together. Here you can see, the first part. This makes up my core team. This is just for sacrifice. You got a speed cleave team. You got another Cleave team, you got some random stuff thrown together here. Ertos plus Murong is just going to be a force to be reckoned with. They probably don't need anybody else on that team. Maybe I should just put something else there. Yeah, something maybe with a cleanse. I don't know. Now I think about it, yeah, like there's so many possible good options. Like that doesn't make sense at all. I should probably put something like yeah, something like that. Something like that probably makes more sense. So now you kind of look like, you know, you have a, you know, a threatening, quite the threatening team here, right? The last one, Malosh can do a lot of damage. Chelsea ignores defense, so you can just burst through after you tank up. You have some sort of viable team on all five. Like between your PvE heroes, PvP, you can sort of get meaningful compositions out of them, and that's where you you got enough heroes to go around at this point, right? And hopefully, you know, that kind of, in terms of, you know, as you're playing along, feeling connected to this account, you know, you can then you know, play along and see where you're at. But this is kind of the sense of where you are. Well, this took 71 days and close to $1,200, right? So if you're whaling, $1,200 can probably get you really, you know, spending more than this probably will cut the time. And if you're completely free to play, you're probably halfway to this. So play another 70 day or so and you'll be here. That's kind of, I think, a fair ballpark measure of where we're at. And of course, things have changed, right? Like if you focused on, like, DMU Indra is no longer an absolute pull with the introduction of showering. Like an E3 showering can somewhat compare well to DMU Indra, and it's far more easier to use. It's so much easier to use showering, because showering doesn't take like 4 turns in a row and lose every single buff that it's used to protect it, right? So showering is so much easier to use, and she will absolutely destroy bosses. Absolutely destroy them. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll continue on this account and see where we push to next in our progression on this. I'll say your mid to high spender account. And there we go. I'll catch you in the next one. Gandalf out.